thing coming back that has been wildly popular. Enjoy your authentic taste of Chicago with the Happy to Meet You brand. This is a 4.5-pound cured corned beef sandwich kit. Should be $143. You were able to pick this up today and save $13 off that price. But the 5 easy payments of $26, I am sorry to say, those are going up at the end of the day. You've got free shipping and handling. There are rave reviews on this. And this is gonna make 7 sandwiches, but if you cut it in half, it's gonna make 14. A typical deli corned beef sandwich, we're talking $24. Today, you are not only saving on that price, you are getting the incredible quality. And this is back after multiple sellout, after sellout, after sellout. Call 800-500-7590 to place those orders because I have a feeling it's not going to last for long. It's item number M134123. And I finally get to work with my friend Scott Fisher, who is a master chef and he is the founder, to talk about these sandwiches. Scott, it's about time.
John,
it's about
time. Aren't we all happy now?
I have to say, I didn't wear the shirt. I have a shirt that Scott has been trying to buy from me for about a month and a half.
And that's a whole other story, yes. And one of these days,
I will get you a matching shirt. But now we are talking about the best of the best when it comes to sandwiches. Why do you think this has been so popular?
You know, it's the entire kit that makes this corned beef kit so special. And it starts with the star of this show, which is our corned beef. And what makes our corned beef so unique, John, is that we start with a sirloin versus your traditional brisket. Brisket tends to be more fatty, more chewy. You actually tend to eat a lot less of your sandwich.
Okay.
We figured out a way to do it with a sirloin so that you get every bit of flavor that you would from a brisket, corned beef, but yet with a tender and juicy bite that is just so unique. And here I did a Reuben, which I don't know how, just so good.
Now, with this, you are getting not only the 3 pounds of corned beef, you're also getting the rustic rye bread, which is a very special bread, and you are getting an award-winning mustard with this. You're getting everything you need.
Yes, you are. And let's not overlook each component of this kit. And this is why I wasn't even sure, John, that we were able to come on today, because the mustard was just made and we were able to get a limited quantity.
My gosh.
By the way, this mustard, let's not overlook the mustard. This is from Chicago, made by our friends at Kelly's Gourmet in Chicago. If you happen to have tuned into the CBS morning show the Sunday, this mustard was featured on CBS on that show at the Mustard Museum. This is a 2023 grand champion. This is by far my favorite mustard, hands down, anywhere in the world. And when you taste this alone, you will be blown away. It has a gentle sweetness to it, a little bit of horseradish, but you don't taste, it's not a heavy bite. In fact, if I didn't tell you that it was in there, you wouldn't even know. A little bit of apple cider vinegar, stone ground, made here in Chicago. I promise you, put this on your corned beef sandwich, put it on other sandwiches, dip it with pretzels, phenomenal. But we don't stop there. We want to give you the complete Chicago experience. So we are giving you 1 pound of rustic rye that is handmade, hearth baked here in Chicago by the iconic Toronto Bread Company of Chicago. If you're from Chicago or the surrounding areas, you've seen their trucks all over the state. This is the bread of choice. And what makes it so nice is that the outside, if you can see, is lightly dusted with a little bit of flour. It gets crusty, but the inside is so incredibly tender. So when you put it all together, you have the makings for one incredible Chicago corned beef experience. And I want to go ahead and build a sandwich too, John, to show you how this all comes together.
I mean, I am getting very hungry just looking at this. And I do have to say, some of the best summers of my life have been spent in Chicago, and some of the best food I have had has been in Chicago. And this brand, Happy to Meet You, is something that you are not going to find in stores. As Scott is making the sandwich, you need to know that he is servicing Chicago's finest restaurants, steakhouses. That's the quality you're getting when you pick up this kit.
Correct. And and because we're starting with sirloin, we're giving you a very unique experience. Again, we only provide this corned beef to our restaurant partners in Chicago, which is why when we send it your way to all of you at home, you are getting it in a 3-pound pack. And a lot of people say, wow, Scott, 3 pounds, that's, it's a lot of corned beef. It is, but what I encourage you to do, just like I'm doing here, in fact, let me show you what 3 pounds of corned beef looks like.
Wow.
Now, if you build a quarter of a pound sandwich, you could actually build 12 sandwiches. Now we're giving you can make 7 with the rye bread that we give you, but certainly feel free to pop it on a Just Bagel with my friend Cliff Bug. It's delicious. I'm going to build that on an everything bagel. So at about 12 sandwiches, if you were to go to that diner or that corned beef shop here in Chicago or even in New York, you're looking at between $19 and $24. Multiply that by 12, and I think you come up to what, $288?
Yeah.
For the same number of sandwiches. And just look at this. And I want to show you, John, if I could show you, I want to pick up one slice of our corned beef. Check this out. I usually do this in studio, but hopefully we can get a shot of this. Take a look at the corned beef. Now watch. I'm literally going to pull this, and it is that tender. When have you ever seen corned beef that you can literally bite into and pull it apart, and it just falls apart like a feather?
And you're getting that incredible quality delivered to your door. But we're looking at this close-up of the sandwich when you were here in studio.
Yes, take a look at that. I mean, look at the layers of that corned beef, and that's about a little over a quarter pound. Just for those who are trying to, to make a reference of this.
Okay.
We topped it with the Swiss cheese. Top it with coleslaw, with sauerkraut. I do what's called a Rachel, where you can put coleslaw and Thousand Island dressing on the sandwich.
Oh.
Corned beef hash. Any corned beef you want to chop up, mix it with some potatoes, some onions. Phenomenal brunch dish. But we are giving you 3 pounds of premium sirloin corned beef. We cook it the old-fashioned way. We brine it with a little bit of garlic, a little bit of brown sugar, some salt, some spices, and then we slow steam it for about 5 hours. And after it's been brined and steamed, we then slice it whisper thin. Now, again, and I actually have 2 pieces here, and I am literally going to show you how I can pull this. So when you eat and enjoy this corned beef in this sandwich, you will be able to eat your sandwich from end to end without any exception or problem.
And you're able to get this entire kit. You are getting that Chicago experience, but those 5 easy payments of $26 are not going to last. Those go up at the end of the day. You're getting this on free shipping and handling, which is saving you not only a trip to the grocery store, but a trip to Chicago to get all of these premium ingredients, because that is the only place you're going to find this. It's item number M134123. Call 800-500-7590. This has been wildly popular. We've brought it in, it's sold out. We've brought it in, it's sold out. And now we have fewer than 6 dozen remaining to go around.
Oh,
this is your chance to have that.
If you don't get it now,
big party.
I don't know when we'll have it back.
Right. I don't know when you're going to have it back. Now, I do have a question for you, Scott. For our friends who are picking this up right now, how is it coming to my house, and what do I need to do?
Yes, perfect. Great question. So here's how you're going to receive it. You're going to receive the 3 pound, I want to call it the package of the corned beef. When you get this home, I would thaw it out. You can separate it into individual portion sizes. So if you want to put them in Ziploc bags or, use it all at one time, it's your choice. You can throw it back in the freezer for up to 1 year, and it will be every bit as good and as tasty as the day it was sent to your door. Now, I want to talk about the bread. Just like our friends over at Just Bagels, this bread has no preservatives. When you get this home, put it in your freezer if you're not going to use it.
Okay.
You can freeze it, I would say, up to 7 months, and then take it out. The mustard is shelf stable up to a year. However, if you are using it, I would say to refrigerate it, only because if you I don't want to say, if you mix it with something you're spreading on your bread, you put it back, the knife back in the jar.
Right.
Don't leave it at room temperature. Throw it back in the fridge. Otherwise, this can stay for easily up to a year. And I promise you, this
award
is
winner.
mind-blowing.
You wouldn't think that
Oh, my
mustards
God.
are award winners, but this one is the award winner.
John, we had a previous mustard when we first launched our corned beef kit with an extraordinary mustard. Don't get me wrong. When I discovered our friends at Kelly, I said, this has to go, and it's made in Chicago. This has to go in our corned beef kit, and we did it.
And what do you think?
There are very limited runs on the mustard.
What do you think when we're talking about a corned beef sandwich and you're putting it on a bagel, a Just Bagels that we had in the show? If you want to pick that up, you can. But
I'm doing that right now.
What do you think makes it such a classic? When we think of, you know, the go-to sandwich that you're picking up at the diner, why do you think people gravitate towards it?
You know, people gravitate to the corned beef sandwich. It's the quintessential lunch/dinner. It is something that you crave when you are hungry and you're looking for something that's different. When you've gone through the burgers and the hot dogs, you know, and the chicken breasts, what else would make a phenomenal lunch or dinner? And when you're not ultimately, you don't want to get the dishes out, you don't want to really start grilling and cooking, make a sandwich. This is the best bite that you will ever experience. I mean, a lot of times, even when, you know, some of us will leave at work and go to the, you know, to our corned beef shop in Chicago.
Right.
It's just, it's historic, it's cultural, it's satisfying, and you just feel exceptionally pleased after you eat the sandwich. And again, just take a look at that. Now that's on.
That's a good bite.
Our buddies Just Bagel. Throw it if you happen to pick up the bagels from earlier. This will make a beautiful sandwich.
And the fact that you're getting
it's
3 pounds.
Yeah, go ahead.
3 pounds of that cured corned beef coming to your house. You're also getting that delicious Toronto rustic rye bread, which you are going to find in Chicago, and that award-winning mustard for 5 easy payments of $26. But those 5 easy payments are gone at the end of the day. This is your opportunity to get this home at a sale price, saving $13 off that regular price right now. And I cannot promise that this is going to stick around. It is sold out since we brought it in. We now have fewer than 3 dozen remaining, so call 800-500-7590. Item number M134123. I mean, look at that. That is like my dream sandwich. I am very jealous that you're not here right now, Scott. I will say, I'm a little sad.
I really wish I was, because I would love for you just to take a bite into this. And again, we start with sirloin, so think New York strip steak. Not a brisket, which tends to be fatty and chewy. Just take a look at the sirloin. And if you can look at the edge, you will see a fine little bit of marbling, which gives you that sort of that fatty flavor that you're looking for in a corned beef sandwich without it being chewy or tough. And again, I think I have about 3 or 4 slices here. And I just want to show you what I'm going to do with 3 or 4 slices. Check this out. Again, I'm going to pull it, John. Look at this. Even that little fat cap on the end. Watch that. Boom. It is that. It's that
Where else are you
tender.
going to find that? Something that is that tender, something that is that delicious, something that's that authentic to Chicago. Take advantage of those 5 easy payments. They go away at the end of the day. $26 on that easy pay. You are getting the entire kit. Scott, it was such a pleasure to finally get to work with you.
Absolutely, John. And I'll